And we're live. Welcome. All right. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a free website through Google My Business, which is a new web builder through Google, and it's all free. And I'm going to walk you through all that. I'm going to give a little bit of time here for anyone to join if we're going live. And now we're just going to go ahead and get started. Everything's looking good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this web builder to make sure it's right for you. And yes, it is free. It's totally free. It's not a free trial or anything like that. It has a free domain name. Google gives you a free domain name. They give you a free hosting, and then the builder is free as well. And this page here that we're looking at, this is the home page that it says build a free website for your business in minutes. And Google, I think, pretty much just realized that there's a lot of small businesses out there and they can't all spend the big bucks, especially when they're getting started for websites. So Google came out with this. And so here's some you need to know information. It is a one-page website. This is not your forever website. This is more of a website to get started. Now, I also want to say before you jump off this video, it is for people who already have websites. It can be complementary, and it can be complementary for your search engine optimization. It will help out your SEO because, as I'm going to show you, you can actually add a link to your website, this free website, to your actual website. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, if you know a little bit about search engine optimization, you know how important those links are. So it's for people who are just starting out and need a website, and it is for people who are looking to get an extra link and help out their search engine optimization. So this website, it has a few customization options, but it's not something you're going to be able to do a lot of customizing on. It's very limited, and it's very limited because it's made for beginners. It's made so it's easy to do. Like Google says right here, you can do it in minutes, and you'll see we'll create a website in less than 15 minutes. And it's something that anybody around the world can do. And now I believe about over 20 million of these websites have been created. It's just exploding. And Google actually invested a ton of money into it. And I think it's really funny that if you look at this landing page for the website, that's actually the old theme. There's a brand new theme that came out a few months ago for an updated look, because Google is putting a lot of money into it. They see it as a great resource and a great asset for new small businesses. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, I first will say before we jump into it, before you have access to this website and the ability to create this website, you have to create or claim your Google My Business listing. And if you don't know what that is, you can go to this website that I'm on now, which is google.com/business. And if Google My Business is a foreign word to you, we have some tutorials on best practices with Google My Business. That is a free business listing that all businesses can get. If you're looking for customers around where you live, whether you have a business storefront or not, you get this free listing. And with this free listing becomes this free website, which we're about to walk you through right now and do in the next about 15 or 20 minutes. And because this is live, we'll do Q&A at the end as well. So feel free to ask a question or hold your question to the end, and I'll be happy to answer it. All right, so when you log into your Google My Business backend, it's going to look like this. Well, actually, this is the website. Let's go back home just so I can walk you step by step through all of this. This is your Google My Business backend. I'm not going to get into all this in this video, but the important point here that you want to see is at the bottom on the left is website. And when you click on that, it will take you to this web builder, this Google web builder. And I'm just going to walk you through step by step through all of this. So the first thing you might want to look at in the top left here is themes. So I clicked on that, and you're going to see several different themes here on the left. And when you click through these, you can see there's some different fonts, there's some different coloring, and this is one of the things where it's very limited customizing. You can't change the font and the colors. You're just built with you can't change which font and which color it is, at least as of right now. So you're stuck with whatever Google combines. And I think as I'm clicking through here, I actually liked this one right here. Let's just stick with this one for now. And you can kind of fit it with the theme of your business and your overall kind of feel for your industry and your business. But I'm going to click this one for right now. So once that is clicked, and this is important, you got to remember to do this every time. And I've made this mistake several times in the past. You want to hit this check mark at the top next to theme. And when I click the check mark, it will save it. If you click out without hitting that, it will not save it and you'll have to do the work again, unfortunately. Not a big deal for the theme, but it gets to be a bigger deal when you're doing more font or more of the text based. So the next step here is to click on the edit button here with the text. And this is where we can start editing the home page. So, or the top of the home page. So right at the first thing here is the button. And the button, you can choose from several buttons: call now, contact us, get quote, make appointment, send a text message, or send a message through WhatsApp, which will not charge you. The reason that option is available is because it won't charge you through your SMS service. So I'm going to click, you can do any of these, but I'm going to do contact us because that's the main way for my business. And you could make appointment where people can book appointments, and if you click that, it actually you'll have a URL you can enter in. I'm going to do let's do contact us. One thing I didn't mention that you're probably like, where did some of this information come from in this web builder? Well, once you fill out your Google My Business listing, once you fill out some information and put some pictures in there, this builder actually pulls that information from your Google My Business. And one of the awesome things about the builder that Google has built in there is that when you make updates to your Google My Business listing, it pulls it automatically and updates the free website. So you'll see what I'm saying as we go along. But for example, if you update your hours right here, which is listed right here, and the days that you're open, oh, actually it's going to take us right there. See, if you wanted to update it, you would have to go to your Google My Business listing. So that it kind of flows over. So as it's kind of cool because you hit two birds with one stone. You make one update and it affects your Google My Business listing and your website, which I think is really cool personally. So I'm going to hit apply, and let's see, it might take us back to the website here. It did not. So we're going to click on back on the website link at the bottom left. And so here we are, we're back at it. So we're going to do contact us. Okay. Then it updates the button right here. Then this is where it gets more interesting and when we're going to get more into the marketing side. So this is the headline, and I'm going to delete this and I'm just going to write some random stuff so you can see where that goes. That is going to be the first thing people see when they logged onto your website, when they visit your website. At the top here is going to be your business's name, and you'll never be able to change that. That will always be the name of your business. So I think it's very repetitive and not necessary and a waste of very valuable real estate to put your business here again. So I think the headline needs to be something of it needs to be your tagline. It needs to be something more persuasive about the business. So, and it really, I think personally, it needs to be about the problem you're solving for your customer. So I'm going to say get more customers with local marketing. Okay. So that is the solution to my potential customer's problem. And I think that headline is much stronger and it connects with your potential customer much stronger than saying your business's name again or something more generic. I think it should be very specific and to the point. And then under that is the description. And I'm just going to write some random stuff here so you can see where that updates over here under your tagline. And this is really open to anything. And it really can be, the only thing I'd recommend is not putting a lot of text. I recommend a couple phrases to represent your business and what you do. And for me, I'm going to make it more persuasive. I'm going to try to build some authority and social proof, which are two persuasion terms. And authority basically just means you know what you're doing, right? You can display you're a certified, you're an award-winning, whatever that might be. And for me, I'm going to write, let's do in, a lot of people say in business over X amount of years, been practicing law for X amount of years. So I'm going to say in business over 10 years. It's not a sentence, but it's more like a phrase. And then I'm going to do a little up and down bar, and I'm going to say over 55 clients served. Okay. Again, that's social proof. I've done this. And you kind of got to fit it in for your business. You don't want to you want to make it fit into your business and your background and all that. But I like these short phrases for here. And then let's say, build some trust. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. Okay. So there, I think it looks pretty good there. So it has the business's name. It has your little tagline. And then it has some things where you can build up some persuasion, where you can build up what you're doing in business. And then you're separating it with those bars. And then it has when you're open and when you're available to get customers, and then contact us because you got that great call to action. And I think that's a great little summary. And one of the things that Google changed here is at the top there, it says get quote call now. And we actually will be able to change that. But let's go ahead and hit save. And yeah, so yeah, and then it opened it up for us. So those are some great calls to action right there. That's why I really like this website, especially as a free website, because those call to actions are up there. So let's keep moving down with the website. Once it's pretty simple here. It's about just putting your information and summarizing your business there. But as we scroll down, Google's going to pull a picture from your Google My Business that you've already uploaded. And I'm not a big fan of this picture. I don't think it represents the business well. You really want this to be a picture that represents what you do, the overall business. So I'm going to click Edit Header Photo, and you want to go ahead and upload a photo that you think represents your business. And then it will go ahead and upload it. And there we go. So there's, it's not a perfect picture, but it's me kind of on my computer there, and it kind of represents digital marketing or online marketing. If you don't have any pictures yet, you do not want to go onto Google and just snag any random photos, because if somebody owns that photo, they can actually come after you and hit you with a fine. I've had a client happen to that before. She got, I think it was a $1,200 fine hit on her for using a professional photo that she should not have been using. You want to go to a website. A good recommendation is Pixabay, and you can Google that, or it's pixabay.com, and they have a whole slew of free pictures you can use that will represent your business. But I highly, highly, highly recommend getting your own pictures, because stock photos, it's better than no photos, but it doesn't build your trust up like, of course, your own photos being taken. So then we have that nice picture right there. And then as we scroll down, and here's where it gets a little bit more interesting, and if this is new to you, this is one of the cooler parts of the website. And if this is new to you, it might surprise you quite a bit. So what Google does is, this Google Builder pulls the Google posts that you made on your Google My Business listing. And if Google Posts is a new thing for you, I have a tutorial on it on my YouTube channel. And it's basically a social media type component for Google My Business, and for specifically small business, their listings for small businesses. So it's pulling these posts I made, called Google Posts, and displaying them in the website. And what's cool about them, they're timestamped. So when potential customers come to this website, they will see, oh, this person, what's this business been up to? And if you do posts every week, which is what I recommend for the average business, then that customer can see what you've done over the last several weeks, events, representing services, new products. Maybe you hired a new employee, maybe you're celebrating a milestone, whatever it is in that business, that potential customer can visit and say, oh, this is what's going on with this business. It's kind of cool because most business websites are more static and stale, but this is something where when you make a Google post, it actually pulls it through and displays it right there on your website. Very cool. And then there's also call to action with the posts. So if I wanted someone to learn about something specific, then, so for example, if you click on this, it takes you to YouTube to watch this YouTube video. And then it shows some, I think, what is that? 3, 6, 9. So it shows your nine most recent Google posts. And then here's where it gets even more interesting. And this is one of the new things that Google added to the website in their recent update is services. And services, again, this is something that's pulling from your Google My Business listing. And I'm just going to click Edit Services. You can see here as I scroll down, I can very kind of simply, and it's organized pretty well, a lot of white space, read about all the services I provide. Now this is marketing, but let's say you were a lawn care company. If you had lawn maintenance, sod installation, mulch, and maybe you have miscellaneous, you can so for example, maybe you have sod installation, and under each type of installation you want to list the different types of sods. You can do that all within Google My Business. So let's click Edit Services so I'm not going to walk you through creating the whole thing, but I'll show you what it's like. So this is back in the Google My Business listing under Info, and you can edit your services. So when you add a service, it's going to ask you for the item name. It's going to ask you for the price if you want to list the price publicly. And this is great for, say, a salon where all your prices are pretty much public and the same, versus service-based businesses where I know there's more of a price range. But you don't have to add a price if you don't want to. And then you can write a description. And then you hit save, and it will save it. And you can add different services you provide in different types of categories. And all those services will be pulled from your Google My Business and shown on your website. And once you add those and edit those, you can click this button at the top and it will take you back to the web builder. So I mean, I think that's pretty awesome that it can just pull it right there and show it for you. So if you do the work in Google My Business first, you can actually go to this website and it will be all there for you automatically. And then as you get more and more Google reviews on your listing, it pulls your reviews and your most recent one, see it's timestamped, and will show testimonials right there on your website. I know a lot of people struggle putting testimonials on their website because of a plugin or things like that, but Google's kind of implemented it right here. And it has a call to action for people to write a review as well. So now that we're scrolling down, this gets back to things that you need to add within the builder. So as we scroll down, this section of the website, which Google just called About Us, is called the summary header and summary body, which we see here on the left. This can really be anything. I mean, it could be case studies. It could be more about your services. Really, I think, and I like the recommendation to make it about us or our story of the business, because you want to talk about things. You want to have information about you so that potential customers can connect with you. So right here, I'm gonna put About Us because I think that's a good idea. Actually, let's make it different. Let's say our story, just so you can see what that looks like. And in the body, I'm not going to walk you through all the content, but I want to show you some of the capabilities and things I recommend when you're writing this. You don't want to, and so you can see it goes right here on the right under our story. You don't want to have a big paragraph here. You want to make it very mobile friendly. You want to make it 1 to 2 sentences a paragraph. So you can say, I'm just going to write some text really quick. And then, I mean, you can write a lot more than this, of course, but you can hit enter and create some space. But what I really want you to do and take advantage of is the bullet points and the numbers, which is a very mobile friendly technique. So I'm going to say Google My Business Management, and let's just so you can see what it looks like, social media management, reputation management. Not all, it doesn't all look perfect. It doesn't look exactly perfect, but you get the idea. So you can see that however you put it in this box, it's going to update over here on the right, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I think it looks pretty darn good the way they flow it over. It has even a little tinted color there on the screen so that you can tell it's kind of its own section. But one thing I want to say, and this is the part that comes in where this is an additional link for your current website. This is where you're helping your SEO out. And I've I didn't really realize this until I think a month ago when another marketer said it, but with your business, in your small business, or if you're a marketer working for local SEO, you want to build links, right? And this is a great free link that you can build for your website. So I can say, click here to learn more about us. And I can highlight this. And this little link button here at the bottom, I can click that and it will be a link. And I can put my website or a specific page on my website if I wanted to. And that link is right there in the website. And a couple more features here. I could bold it if I wanted to. See, that's bold. I could underline it. You can italicize it. So there's a lot of features right here that can make text stand out. I can say, let's just do Google My Business to have some fun here. I can bold Google My Business. I can bold different words to make them stand out when your customers are there. So that is the other area that you can customize, and you can see it looks pretty nice right there. Always remember, hit that check mark or it will not save. So we're getting to the, yeah, it's saved right there. So we're getting to the end of the website. And remember, it's only a one-page website. But as I scroll down, now this is going to get down to the gallery. And the gallery is basically the photos that have been uploaded to your Google My Business. And this is another great, cool thing where as you upload photos to your Google My Business, it will pull them and show them right here. So it's not going to stay the same. If you're uploading new photos every month, which is what I recommend, these photos are going to be constantly changing and you're going to be constantly adding to it, which is a good best practice technique. And even Google says, tell the story of your business. You really want to use the photos to tell the story of your business. So we're continuing to scroll down here. I have some photos. And then now we have the contact us information. I am a service area. I'm a service-based business is what Google calls it. But if you have a physical location, it will have a dot on where your business is. And then we have one final call to action with business hours at the bottom. And that's pretty much the gist of it. That is pretty much the gist of the website. Now and just right there in 15 minutes, just through clicking around, we created this pretty nice website. Now, when you're ready to publish it, it'll say publish here at the top right. But for me, it says view site. But if I click on that, you'll get a glimpse of what this looks like. It looks pretty good. Business's name at the top, call to actions at the right, contact us, call now. You get to make your pitch here at the top of why they should do business with you, contact us, a nice little picture, posts to learn what the business has got going on. We got services that you provide, and if I'm looking for those services, I'm continuing to build trust with that potential customer. Then we have testimonials, building trust. Then we have our story or about us, where we can talk more and more about how great of a business we are and all the expertise we have. Here's a gallery of pictures. And then finally, one more call to action to do business with us. So that's a pretty cool website. And let me shrink it here so you can see what it looks like on mobile. And I know it's over in the side here, but just hang with me here. That picture moves to the top and it's very mobile friendly. It still looks pretty good. Big pictures, which is important now in 2019. Scroll through your recent posts. A lot of content to get through. A lot of information that I could learn about. And on the bottom there, look, call to actions throughout. Okay? Calls to actions throughout. Always there, call and contact. So that's a pretty good website. Now, I know people ask me, Blake, how do I decide if this is the right website for me? How do I determine, let me move this out there for you. How do I determine if this is something I should be doing for my business? I have a website. Well, if your website, first of all, if you're not getting a lot of customers from your website and your website is 5-10 years old and it is hanging on by a string, maybe it keeps getting hacked, whatever it is, this is a good option because it's a free option. It's something that it could just give you an immediate update, an immediate refresh for your business. Also, if you're looking to spend under $1,000, maybe even $1,500 or less on your website, you're trying to go lean, you're trying to go budget, this is a great option for you because it's hard to find somebody who, I mean, sometimes you can find it, but it's hard to find somebody who can run a business off, $1,000 or less websites. It's just hard to do, especially if you're not comfortable with hiring online. If you can hire online, then you might be able to find somebody with a good background on a Fiverr or something like that. But if you're looking to do it yourself and take more control over it, this is a fantastic option. And again, if you, just so I can point it out to you, if you're like, I already got a great website, I don't really need this, Blake, but you're wanting to help your SEO a little bit, then this is just another link right here that you can put out there on the internet. Let's talk a little bit more about some of these more technical things. So Google does give you a free domain name. Here's the domain name. And for me, it's, well, for you too, it's going to be your business's name, .business.site. So it'll always be .business.site. You can change the site name if you'd like, but you can also click this and buy a custom domain. And you can buy a domain name within your website if you wanted to. If you're brand new or you changed your business's name, you can click that and Google will take you to their domain. So I just want to show you what this looks like. So my domain is obviously taken, but when you search, it's not just .coms, which is interesting. They also show you .expert, .today, .us, .org, .net, .biz. You can buy all kinds of websites. So even if somebody has bought your .com, which you are a little bummed about, you can, and this is a branding decision and it might be a whole new conversation, but I just wanted to mention that you can buy different domains. .expert is $50 a year, but it is out there and you can get it for your name or your business's name if it's already taken. And you can buy that right there within Google and pay it and it will associate to this website. You can also change the language right here at the bottom. You can change the language if you're in a different country, which is a nice feature because we know the vast majority of actually these businesses are not even in the or of these websites that are being created are actually out of the US. They're in all kinds of different countries, like Brazil, for example. So there's not too much going on here. I'll show you this one thing right here too. When you click share website, you can share it amongst different platforms if you wanted to share it. But that's pretty much the gist of it. There's not, you can really build it in, no joke, 15, 20 minutes and have a good looking website out there in Google and you can start sharing it. I do recommend getting that new domain name because the .business.site, I mean, for $10, $20 a year, you can get a branded .com or a .biz or something like that, and it makes you look a lot more professional, but you don't have to. They give you a free domain and free hosting, which is pretty cool. So that pretty much sums up everything I got there. I don't have anything else. I'll see if there's any questions or I'll open it up for any Q&As, and if we don't have any, then I'll just continue to move on here. It looks like one person is still watching, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. But if not, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream. Thanks for watching, y'all. Take this information about this business or this business's website, create it, use it for you to create your first website, build your website's current SEO, whatever you need it for. Go out, crush it, make it happen. I want to see you make it happen. Again, I'm Blake Stockton. Thanks for watching. Go out and crush it. All right, take care.